How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. The SEC is getting destroyed in court right now. We also have news of a company delisting one of their Bitcoin ETFs already. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on that bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this one. Also, while you're down there, there's a link to Margex where you can trade cryptocurrency. You can set up your account within a couple minutes, deposit and start trading. You can long and short. And you can deposit and trade all different kinds of cryptocurrencies. There's no KYC, which means there's no know your customer. They don't ask you a bunch of information. It's very smooth, and they have great customer service. If you have any questions or concerns or anything like that, you can reach out and get messaged back within minutes by a real person. So check that out underneath the video. There's also a link down there to HGAaccess, and this is something that we created with about 10 different influencers giving inside information into what we're seeing, what we're talking to people about. Now, we did talk about Myro, which went absolutely nuts. So we were up 500% since our original post, and that was about 40% ago. So we're actually up like 600, 700% on Myro. There are a bunch of other cryptos in here too. Sync, 15% gain, and it's been growing since then. It's almost doubled since we had this 15% gain. Also, a handful of other cryptos like Meme AI, Inspect, which is something that I'm invested in that's gone vertical. Total gain at 74% for the last 7 days since Tyler Hill's post about it. So if you want more information, there's a link to this underneath the video. I think during the bull run, it will pay itself back on just a couple of the cryptos that you might invest in. And of course, we're not a buy and sell group or anything like that. We're just giving you some alpha, telling you what we're looking at, what we're thinking about buying, and then you can make your own decision. There's also a link down there to my own Patreon as well. Now, there's been a bit of an overhang on Bitcoin. Obviously, it's come down since the high. Certain cryptocurrencies are still going nuts, though, which tells me, there's something more going on. Dominance has come down a bit, but you can see there's still a lot of excitement in altcoins. Even today, where Bitcoin's just kind of sideways or a little bit down, there are a decent number of altcoins that are outperforming Bitcoin. Some, 6-7% up on the day. The main reason for this, I think, is the unwind of GBTC. You can see here, Grayscale sends 19,000 Bitcoin or $800 million to Coinbase just a few hours ago. It's not just GBTC because there's still net demand for the ETFs, the new ETFs. There's still more demand than there is selling from GBTC. But there were some short-term buyers that just bought because they wanted to buy ahead of the Bitcoin spot ETF. And now they're waiting, thinking, okay, well, now I have to wait a couple months for the halving. But there's also some other stuff going on. I think actually the price being 42.5 is pretty bullish. The fact that we've only pulled back 15%. Keep in mind, we have other unwinding too, like Celsius is transferring 125 million of ETH to exchanges. This is as of just 2 days ago. FTX and Alameda are dumping too to pay for different fees. We also know that some people got paid back from Mt. Gox, which has been something people have been worried about for 10 years because that's when people lost their crypto. So we have all this kind of unwinding from the past bear market that's actually going pretty smoothly. We have people dumping on the market. We have these institutions dumping, but we have so much demand and other institutions buying that it's kind of just getting swallowed up. Keep in mind, Bitcoin's still up 100%, over 100% in the last 52 weeks over the last year. So I think we're actually doing quite well. Now, someone who's not doing well is the SEC. I'm going to give you a couple posts. They were in the courtroom with Coinbase today. So Judge Falia is on fire right now out of the gate. She says to the SEC government lead lawyer, and I paraphrase, the DeFi people gave a really fine amicus brief explaining what staking is and what the wallet is used for, arguably better than how the commission explained it in its briefing. She also says the SEC hasn't presented an opposing narrative for the legal foundations of Howey and its briefing. Also, we've had a good run. We've had 90 years where these security laws have been able to apply to these markets, but now we have something new. So she's saying basically, we really shouldn't use the Howey test anymore for looking at these cryptocurrencies. This is a new kind of asset. She thinks that we should actually just kind of throw this out and look at something else. There's a lot of other stuff that's going on in this case. Probably going to have to do a longer video about this at some point. But this is really interesting. I think this is really positive for the crypto space, that the SEC really has been losing every single battle in case, whether it's XRP or Ripple, whether it's Coinbase. And this kind of paved the way for the Bitcoin spot ETFs. Now, I think it's going to pave the way for even more bullish regulation, a little bit less strict. And really, I think it just alleviates some of the fears of investors and institutions. I mean, think about it this way. If you're the SEC, you've lost a lot of big court cases. I don't know one that they've won recently, except maybe some small one with some influencers that like didn't disclose a partnership or something like that. I haven't seen anything recently where they've actually won something significant. And if Gary Gensler is your employee and he goes out of his way to sue different companies, and he spends all this money and he keeps on losing, if it was a private company, you would probably just fire him. I think that there's obviously a lot more that he's doing than just crypto. We only look at the crypto side, but publicly he talks about crypto more than just about anything else as well. That's kind of been his mission. So I'd not be surprised if Gary Gensler either got thrown out or just stopped attacking crypto so much at one point, because he's just consistently losing. He does have a 5-year term though, so through 2026 he's going to be chairman of the SEC at this point. We'll have to continue to watch this, but this is bullish for the crypto market. We did get news too that Van Eck is going to delist one of their Bitcoin ETFs. Now, to be clear though, this is a futures ETF. So last week all the Bitcoin spot ETFs were approved. Van Eck, I believe, has one of them as well. So there's just kind of some redundancy, and they're not going to get large inflows since it's a futures ETF. Everyone wants to use a spot essentially now. If you're just doing like a normal buy and hold ETF as opposed to maybe like a short Bitcoin ETF, those might be a little bit different. But right now, I think that this is the right move, just to delist this. It's not bearish, it's bullish, or it really doesn't matter. But if there are less ETFs in general that are future ETFs, more money will flow into the spot ETFs, which will take more Bitcoin off the market. I covered a little bit of this morning, but I saw another clip. Jamie Dimon thinks there's a good chance that Satoshi will increase Bitcoin supply. This is so funny. I talked about how he was really talking out both sides of his mouth this morning in my video, but I think this is rage bait. Like, there's no way that he can't know that the guy's name is Satoshi and that there's supposed to be a fixed supply. He says, I've never talked to anyone that could definitively tell me that there's 21 million Bitcoin. That's not true. Everyone says that. The fact is the code is open. You can go look at it. If you're a developer, you can probably understand it. I don't understand it, but enough people verify it is set at 21 million Bitcoin. The funny thing is, watching this, even one of the hosts says that the last Bitcoin is going to be mined in 2150. And that's not even true. Like, even the people that talk about it, that are bullish on it, some people don't even know some of the obvious facts. 21 million Bitcoin. The last one is mined in 2140, or the last fraction of one is mined in 2140. Fact is, people are still learning. Even people that are supposedly well-educated are either not actually being truthful about it, or they don't know about it. Jamie Dimon is making money from these spot Bitcoin ETFs too as an authorized participant. Their company makes money from people buying and selling these ETFs. They're market makers, essentially providing liquidity. So I would look at what they're doing, not what they're saying. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. Again, if you want to check out Margex, you can check it out underneath the video. One other thing that's pretty cool that I didn't mention is the fact that you can request new cryptos. So if you're a big owner of Myro or some other cryptocurrency and you really love it and you want to trade it, you can request the crypto. The best way to do that though is to sign up, deposit, start trading a little bit so they know that you are a valuable client, and then you have a little bit more pull when you do want to add some kind of cryptocurrency. So check that out. Check out the link to HGAaccess as well. Let me know your thoughts on crypto and the SEC underneath the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.